Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of my podcast, Twisting It with Taffy, a sex talk with a good friend of mine, Jesse James Johnson.
You remembered this time, nice.
Yeah,
Respect.
shut up. I'm not good with names, especially when I don't use them because I know him as his Instagram name. But, you know what? That part doesn't fucking matter because this is a sex podcast.
I will be plugging my Instagram, don't worry. That's all I do. That's why I'm here, trying to get those 3 extra followers.
He doesn't actually care about me, guys. He's just here for the followers.
Literally.
So, as with my last 3 podcasts that I've done, this is a podcast about anything and everything sex related. Anything goes for the most part. I'm open to anything and everything, and we're gonna just kind of see where it goes from there. And without further ado, I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name is Jesse James Johnson. I am 24 years old. I am a filmmaker. I'm a photographer. I am a writer. I am I haven't done any music, but I know how to play some instruments. I own a banjo, so that's fucking something. I do art stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I've had sex before. I'm not a virgin, despite the rumors and the shit talk from everyone else. I wish I hadn't had sex recently because for a while, I was outside of my hoe phase and I was saying that I was Volcel. Are you familiar with the Volcels?
No.
Okay, do you know incels?
Yes.
So incels are involuntary celibate. Or voluntarily celibate.
Yes.
Volcels are voluntarily celibate.
Okay.
And there's a whole community, kind of like the way that there's the no-fap people who don't jerk off. Volcels are like, yeah, because I don't have sex,
I'm at a higher power.
Literally.
I've met a couple of those people, but they never called it that. I just called them weird.
They can also, you can also call them George Costanza in that one episode of Seinfeld where he doesn't fuck and he becomes a fucking, super genius and then he gets a nut and is immediately back to being a dumb New York piece of shit. Yeah, so that's me. Hey.
Well, as is the theme of the last podcasts in general, I like to start off with my first question of the day being, what's the wildest thing you've ever done?
Sexually or non-sexually? Because those are two different answers. Though.
I like to hear both.
Okay.
But this is a sex podcast, so if you only want to do one, then the sex one.
I'm going to start with the sex one, and I have 2. Both of them are going to sound braggadocious, and I promise I'm not good at sex. But these are stories that would paint a picture otherwise. So one of the wildest things I've done sexually is after my long-term girlfriend and I broke up in 2018. A few months later, I had sex with her high school best friend and broke my bed frame in the act. We've got mood music playing, Marvin Gaye Sexual Healing in the bathroom so that my roommate can't hear through the wall, and I'm plugging away, and the bed frame... the part where it connects to the headboard, the wood, because it was an older, well-used bed frame, not well-used, hey, I fuck a lot, but, just, it had been owned by multiple people.
It's an old one.
Yeah. The plank of wood that went across and had the slats over it on both sides, fucking just broke. And the bed fell, and I was inside, and we went from flat, missionary position into a downward sloped angle.
Oh.
And it was one of the funniest moments of my life. We both busted a gut and then kept going and busted a nut.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah. So that was a fun one. The other one is I kind of made a girl wet her bed. So there was this girl that I was performing oral sex upon, I was doing cunnilingus, and either I was really on one that day, or she was really on one, or just something was clicking, and pretty quickly into the activity, she busted a nut, and she squirted, and I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome, this is sick, this is so cool. If you heard that noise, that was my cat running through his tube from Walmart. It's one of those like jungle ones with sloths on it. So she squirts, and then I keep going, and she squirts again, and I keep going, and she squirts again, and I'm like, all right, this is getting fucking old. Like, this is a lot of liquid here.
And this is why you're still just eating around, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I keep doing that for a good 10 to 20 minutes after the nut is busted. And eventually...
She's gotta be so dehydrated at that point.
I know. I don't know how she didn't fucking just wither and die you know in Night of the Museum, when the museum exhibits are outside during the day and they just turn to dust? That's what she should have done on like the fucking 7th nut. So... She eventually is like, dude, fucking, can you please just, like, can you put your dick in? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I move away, and because I'm down there, I realize that this huge wet spot is spreading, and I'm keeping it under wraps because I think it's really funny, and I want her to notice. So she notices, and she's like, oh my god, did I do that? And I was like, yeah, dude, you were squirting every single time. And she's like, how many times did I? And I was like, I don't fucking know. It's your pussy. You're the one who, like, did it. You weren't keeping count. She was like, nah, I had other shit on my mind. And then we kept going, and, like, scooched up to the top of the bed. And that kept happening. And she was like, after we finished, she was like, well, I've got it at 8 a.m., so, do you want to like, sleep here? And I was like, fuck no, this is a punctured waterbed. So I left, and she slept on the fucking couch.
Oh no. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, sexually, those are probably the big two.
Those are pretty solid.
Thanks. Every encounter I have is, comical. Like, I've had normal good sex before, but most of the time it's fucking very, very goofy.
So, going off of that, then what's your body count at then?
I think 15 or 16. I think 15 or 16.
That's a respectable number.
I think, because usually with body counts, like, I generally tend to also count like extra activities, because most of the people that, like, there's like one person in my life who has like given me a blowjob and we've not like
same
had sex.
I only have one of those. I don't count her on my body count list because we didn't. There's two people that has happened with. There is a friend of mine, and there is this dude from the university. For me, I only count penetrative sex on my body count.
Right.
Anything else is just a good time to me, but it doesn't like add to the number.
I can see that. And if I had more like people that had just like, you know, given me a quick tugger or something, a rum tum tugger, I would count. I would count it separately, but it's literally like 2 people.
Fair.
So like 14, the real stuff, 16. Yeah, let's go 16. That makes me sound better.
Like a pretty solid number. Like that's enough to say you've been around the block and you've been able to figure out yourself.
I've done some whoring. I had a very...
It's definitely not on my level, but you've done some whoring. For the average man, you've been a whore.
That's also...
Mine is a multiple of yours.
Yeah, so my history is 2 long-term, long-distance relationships. I dated, and I don't count, like, you know, dating somebody in high school when it doesn't exit high school as, like, dating people, because, like, that's, like, oh, we held hands on the band bus. Cool. So,
Mine is...
Oh, I got finger blasted on the band bus. Like, yeah, so did everyone else.
Mine is almost 6 times yours.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Have you been tested recently?
I get tested pretty consistently.
I
got my first.
I've never had an STD test because
you need to do that, man.
I really do. But I have a fear that was put into me by a small town Arkansas sex ed teacher who showed a video where for the STD test they took a Q-tip the size of a like vocalist's microphone and like sounded a dude with it.
It's
and
not.
They were like,
it's not.
That's
that
how the test happened. What is it like getting STD tested as a wiener person?
As a wiener owner.
As a dick wielder.
I own multiple.
My other dick is a yacht.
My other dick is a Toyota RAV4. No. Goddamn. So there's 2 types. There's the what I like to call the any day everyday one, and then there's the full expansive one. About a month ago, or not a month ago, about 2-3 months ago, I don't remember exactly when, but I've not slept with enough people for it to not be an issue.
Right.
I got my first ever fully expansive one that tests for fucking everything.
Okay.
And quick little story on this. I went and did it because there was a girl that I wanted to sleep with, a woman that I wanted to sleep with, and she was like, you need to have an up-to-date test. And I was like, I'm terrified. I am bat fucking terrified of needles. Says the dude with 8 tattoos and had 7 piercings.
Yeah.
But they registered different to me. That's a whole different thing.
One of them is going inside of you into
and injecting
like
other
vessels,
stuff. Yeah.
And one of them is going through like a piece of cartilage in your ear
exactly.
or like your nose or something like that.
Or leaving a very small residue on the outer layer of your skin.
Yeah.
But so I'm terrified of needles. So like I've never done it, and I was just okay with it, like not knowing. But then I was like, damn, this is an opportunity to go do it. It's free for me, and I get to have sex after. Fuck, okay.
Yeah, that's all 3 check marks. That's.
So I went and did it, and I guess let me explain what they are first. So the everyday.
Please. I have no fucking idea, and I feel like I should, and I feel like it's very irresponsible of me to have not. But nobody's been like, "Hey, I caught something."
Yeah, it's very
I've been putting the burden, I've been putting the onus on my partners.
I used to think like that. I was like, oh, if they had a problem, they'd tell me. But no, you can't trust people, and you need to just do it yourself. Plus, it's ease of mind. But so the first one is just a pee test. Literally, just don't go pee that day. Go in early in the day. They give you a sterile cup, and you pee like a ½ inch of like you got to get. You're supposed to get the first shot out. Like, you don't want to, like, let the first little bit of the stream go in the
You don't want to pee in the urinal and then move over.
Yeah, because that's the part that has the most likelihood of testing for it.
It's like the urine colostrum.
Yeah. So, you pee in there, they'll usually mark it. You pee, like, a ½ inch worth of liquid. You put it in a thing, and then you leave, and then you get an email in, like, 2 or 3 days that's like, hey,
you got HPV, motherfucker.
Well, no, so the pee test only tests for chlamydia and gonorrhea.
That's
all
small number.
That's all it tests for. And yeah, it's a small number, but those are the 2 most common and easiest to treat and the most common. So it's
that's another aspect of STDs that are strange to me, and I know that it's something where any other antibiotic would be fine to treat one, but I know that penicillin is used for like syphilis and for a lot of other things, and I'm allergic to penicillin, so I'm just gonna let it kill me. Yeah,
so with gonorrhea and chlamydia, it's literally just a horse pill. You can't have sex for a week, and I've been
taking ketamine all week, so that's fine.
Yeah. But I only know this because I've only ever had chlamydia once. And
how was it?
I just thought it was a fucking UTI. Like I'm one of the few dudes apparently that gets UTIs decently common because I kind of just forget to pee after having sex sometimes. And then it burns it a little bit.
Couldn't be me. I'm like the second I nut, I
out
the door
do.
to the bathroom.
But apparently there was like a year where I just didn't do it. But we I took it, and it ended up, like, I thought I had a UTI, but then a month went by, and it was still burning, and I was like, no, this isn't.
This is something new.
This is something different.
It's like a yeast infection.
Yeah.
I guess I'm one of the guys who gets yeast infections. Shit.
So I went there. I went to the doctor. I went to the Pat Walker Health Center, and I peed in the cup.
Shout out.
Well, and literally,
This episode is sponsored by Pat Walker. Thanks, Pat.
literally before I even got out the door, the dude was like, "Yeah, I can see shit in here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is, but
you got floaters. You got mad floaters in this shit. Dog.
Because like the bacterial stuff would like float around in
Yeah.
there, and you could see it. And I was like, I thought it was just a UTI because that's what it is,
No.
basically.
Right.
But he was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you a horse pill or an antibiotic. Go ahead and take this. Don't have sex for a week, and come back in, retake it, and you should be good to go. And I did that, and I was fine. And I've not had anything since. I don't know who gave it to me. Don't care at this point. It was 3 years ago.
It's dead and buried. It's in the past.
Yeah. So then there's the other one, the full-fledged expansive one, which is just getting blood work done.
Yeah.
And it's like 15 seconds. It's just a lot for me because I'm very afraid of
needles.
medical stuff and all that, and just being in a doctor's office is already a lot for me.
It's stressful.
But thankfully I went to, I don't remember the exact name of it. It's what basically replaced Planned Parenthood in Fayetteville because Planned Parenthood closed. It's like Vector Health or something maybe. I don't remember exactly what they are.
I know where it is. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's off Weddington. It's right by a dog grooming place. It's a really cool place.
Sweet.
I went in there. The lady that did it was like really reaffirming, really reassuring. Like helped me through the whole thing. Was there the entire time. Talked to me. Fucking saint of a woman. Love this woman. But so you get like 2 vials of blood drawn, which is like not a lot. Thank God. And then they call, or they're like, if you don't get a call from us by the end of the week, that means you're good. So, and they're like, but you can just give us a call at the end of the week just to make sure that all the stuff's in. Because, you know, this was I got this right as coronavirus started. So they were like, we're kind of backlogged on literally everything right now. So it might take a little bit. But it didn't. So I called them. And my favorite part about this, I called them. I was like, hey, so I wanted to check about my STI tests. I wanted to see how those came back. And the lady like looked up my name. And she was like, yeah, you're all good to go. And I literally said, wait, really? Wow. And she was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, nothing, thank you, have a good day. Because, like...
You're like, ma'am, I'm a fucking whore. Bye.
Yeah, exactly. Because, like, I wasn't worried about it because a lot of STIs generally have symptoms of some sort. Like, you can be asymptomatic on a lot of stuff.
Right.
But for the amount of time that I would have had them at this point, I would have had something happen.
Yeah, you would have seen a bump somewhere.
Yeah.
So
or
wait,
like
okay,
I
you
would have
said-
been oozing unnaturally.
Not oozing naturally. Not the way I'm always oozing.
Well, so
I mean, that is a thing, though.
that
There
is because
there is an
I do
ooze.
definitely ooze.
Yeah.
Like a little bit, and like I don't like the word, but like I apparently produce a shit ton of pre-cum, and like it's just fucking like wet down there, and I'm like I don't like this.
Yeah, okay, well, we're getting into it now. Same. There was one... Jesus Christ. Okay, sorry for everybody that knows me that's listening to this.
Hey y'all, you're
There's-
listening to a sex podcast. Get over it.
Yeah, I really should have... I knew what I was getting into. So, yeah, one time I was making out with my ex-girlfriend for a good length of time, and she reached her hand down, not in a, like, I'm going for it way, but just, like, patting her leg, and she was like, dude, I think your fucking pre-cum like bled through your jeans.
Yeah,
and
no,
then
I've had
bled
that.
through my jeans.
I've had that before.
And now my leg is getting wet.
There was a time when I was with my ex-girlfriend like 2 years ago. She because we used to have a long distance relationship, so whenever we'd be able to visit, it was a lot of fucking and then hanging out.
It's the long distance thing is crazy.
I don't like
because
it.
I'm not a huge fan personally. I've done it twice. After the first time that I did it, I was like, I'm never fucking doing this again.
Yeah.
This sucks. So to finish the kind of like sexual medical history I was doing before, I dated a girl in my senior year of high school and carried that over into my freshman year of college. and she stayed in Fayetteville, and I went to college at the University of Central Arkansas in Conway. So it's about a 2.5-hour drive both ways.
I mean, if you do it
not
wrong,
it's not bad.
I can get from here to Russellville in an hour.
Exactly need you to get like a dash cam and record that because I don't how.
I did record. I didn't like physically record it with my thing.
Right.
But I sent a text to the girl I was visiting.
Yeah.
And in Russellville, she literally lives right behind the Whataburger. Mm-hmm. So that's how you can tell the distance. Mm-hmm. And I texted her. I don't remember what time it was, but like she was like, "Okay, see you soon." And I get on the highway and drive there.
You're like,
and
you don't know how soon you'll see me.
Well, she's like, I texted her. I'm like, "Hey, I'm like 5 minutes away," and she's like, "How the fuck are you 5 minutes away? It's been an hour."
Do you just like drive really quick?
I drive 85 on the highway no matter what.
Yeah.
I didn't go above 90.
Okay, that feels physically impossible, but I'll believe you.
But from my, let's see, where was I? Okay, so from Crossover
mm-hmm.
to the correct Whataburger, about roughly exactly an hour.
That's for all of our non-Arkansan listeners.
It's supposed to be an hour and a half drive.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, 2 hour drive.
Usually it's 2 hours for me, but I also have the bladder of like a small kitten, so I gotta piss a bunch of times, which might be, maybe I should take an STD test and see if it's related to that. But that's insane. That's fucking insane. So long-term, long-distance relationship up until my freshman year of college. Break up with her, feel bad about it, come back to college, and I'm like, I'm going to fucking sow my wild oats. I'm going to rack up some numbers and put them on the board.
Yeah, dude!
Dude, I'm going to have sex I'm a gamer and I want to fuck! I was raised gamer.
I was raised gamer.
I meet... My roommate at the time was a formerly chubby boy who over the summer and over like the last chunk of school before summer started hitting the gym hard.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And he got like pretty buff. Like he lost a lot of weight and was like...
He fucking blasted it.
He was looking fine. And like his... he was the suite mate. He had the dorm next to me and my roommate's dorm. And we had a bathroom that we shared. And he was with a rando, and we were with friends. So it was 3 of us and a rando guy. And his birthday was coming up, and his parents sent him 40 cupcakes. And he was like, this is a message. They want Fat Taylor back. And he brought them over and was like, I'm not going to eat any of these. I don't eat fucking dessert anymore. And I was like, all right, cool. That's 40 cupcakes. I'm not eating 40 cupcakes. And my roommate was like, yeah, I can take it down maybe like 5 to 10, and then I'm going to vomit. So we each eat like 1 cupcake, and I have the idea of like, let's take these down to the lobby and just give them out because I wanted to be a hero.
So then you laced them with ketamine.
Yes. And it was great. It was fantastic.
Wait, did you actually?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I was like, dude, that's some me shit.
These were that's scary.
I wouldn't give it to other people, but if I was at like a party, I would like be like, hey guys, this shit's got ketamine on it. Let's go. Ketamix.
Okay, that was a better one than I could have landed. So we go down to the lobby and give out all but 2 of these cupcakes. And then nobody comes in the lobby for like 10 or 15 minutes, and I get impatient as fuck, and I'm like, I'm done with this bit. Like, I've gotten the enjoyment of giving people cupcakes. I want to get rid of these cupcakes and go back to my room and play video games. And I start walking towards the hallway with my my roommate in tow, and go to the front door, or the first door in the dorm hallway, and it's where there's 2 Chinese foreign exchange students screaming at each other. They are fucking pissed.
Oh no.
There is a like very, very intense argument happening, and I like lift my hand to knock, and I'm like, I don't think this is gonna be the thing that solves their problems. I'm gonna go to the next door. And I go to the next door, and this girl answers, and she's got like the fucking big shirt, kind of like nighty kind of situation going on, and she has a like silver blondish streak in her hair, kind of like a Bride of Frankenstein kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, she's cute, okay. And I'm like, you want a cupcake? And she's like, are these like poisoned? Like, what is this? I'm like, nah.
You don't have ketamine in
them. And I was like, these last 2 I do. These were my selects. And And I'm like, no, I'll eat one right now. Like, see, they're not poisoned. And she was like, cool. She takes the cupcake and she's like, my friends don't really like me anymore. What are y'all doing? And we're like, nothing. This was our whole day. And so we go into her room and hang out and like just have like a normal conversation, and we start to like realize that all three of us are hungry, and we're like, man, Taco Bell sounds really fucking good, because we're in college and that's all college kids eat.
Also, you're at UCA and that's about all there is to do.
It legitimately is all there is like eat Taco Bell or go to... There are not any Whataburgers in Conway.
Oh wait, I forget it's in Conway. I keep thinking of Tech, which is even worse.
Tech. That's a nightmare. Man, Las Vegas is evil. So we're in her room and I see this bottle of perfume or fragrance or cologne or something, and I'm like, oh, it'd be kooky, it'd be wacky, it'd be weird if I just sprayed this on my like roommate's ankle. Like that'd be a weird thing to do. That might get a laugh. So I do it, and her eyes go wide as dinner plates, and she's like, where the fuck did you get that? And I was like, your floor? Is it not yours? And she's like, no, I'm like super allergic to like most aerosols. And she like runs over and opens 2 windows and starts a dehumidifier and is like, we gotta go. I'm probably fine, but we gotta get out of here because I'm in this room. This is gonna be bad. And I'm like, all right, Taco Bell? And everyone's like, yeah, Taco Bell, let's go. So we leave the dorm, and as we're leaving, she starts coughing. We get to the car, and she gets in the back seat and is still like hacking up a lung. And I'm like, Kayla, dude, are you good? And she's like, I'm fine. And we're driving, and we're talking amongst ourselves, and we're like, blah, 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 right? And we're waiting for a response, and there's no response.
Oh my God, bro.
And I'm like, Kayla. And I like reach my hand back and like pat her, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm good. I just passed out for a second. I was like, you fucking passed out?
You did what, bitch?
Pardon? And she was like, yeah, it just happens sometimes. And I like hold my hand out, and I'm like, okay, grab my hand and squeeze periodically so I know you're still conscious. And she's like, okay. She does, and we drive towards Taco Bell, and she stops. And I'm like, Kayla, wake up. And she's like, oh, fuck, shit, sorry. And I'm like, if you do that again, I'm taking you to the hospital. This is fucked. I do not want to have your death on my hands, ma'am. And she's like, no, don't take me to the hospital. They're not going to do anything. Like, this is just an allergic reaction. I'll be fine. And I'm like, okay, if you pass out again, I'm taking you to the fucking hospital. Because it's right down the road from Taco Bell.
Yeah. As all hospitals should be.
Yeah, you have to go straight from, if you get a fucking Crunchwrap Supreme, you're going to the ER. So we go through, and I buy her like apology quesadilla. We come back, hang out in the lobby, eat our Taco Bell. We go back to her room. I know her roommate. She's in I'm taking like Mandarin at this point because I'm an idiot.
Yes.
And I'm like, I should take the hardest language to learn instead of Spanish that I've had 2 years in high school for. And so she comes back in there, and she like takes a whiff, and she's like, nah, that ain't gonna work. I guess I'm gonna have to sleep somewhere. And I'm like, well, you can sleep in my room. Not thinking, oh, this is a move, thinking me and my roommate, who is a frat guy, who is like 5'5" or so, like a short, kind of like pale, scrawny frat boy who makes money playing World of Warcraft, selling mounts to people. He had a ghost roommate the year before, like just somebody who had a girlfriend off campus and would just live there. So he put his 2 beds together and got a memory foam mattress topper and had this big suite kind of setup. So when we became roommates, I was like, Robert, we can sleep together. Let's fucking put these beds together because it's going to be way more comfy.
That's lit.
And it was awesome. We had this huge, it was like a king size bed because it was 2 twins, so it was like a queen size. But
it was a queen size.
Huge.
Because I did that.
I'm thinking that, and I just asked this girl, yeah, you can sleep in my room. And she's like, okay. And I explained.
I've had a couple of those situations where, like, my brain's just, being a genuinely nice person about it. It's like, hey, you don't have a place to sleep. Do you want to sleep in my room? And then, like, halfway through the night, they do the butt wiggle, and I'm like, oh.
You do the butt wiggle like they're a cat about to jump on a fucking
But you know what the butt wiggle is, right?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Because apparently some people don't know. But, like, it's a legitimate thing.
For the audience, for anyone in the audience who might not know, what is the butt wiggle, Taffy?
So the butt wiggle is, I don't know if dude on dudes do it, and I have no idea if girl on girl does it because I'm not either of those. Mm-hmm. But when you're with a girl for the night, and, like, because there's a lot of times where I'm just, like, totally cool with just sleeping together and not in a sexual way. Like, I'm going to wake up and take her to breakfast, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
But, like, I had zero intention of sexual sex happening.
As opposed to non-sexual sex.
I've had that.
All right, we'll return to that.
But so like generally around midnight, you think this girl's asleep because your arm's dead asleep.
Yeah.
She's passed out fucking cold. It looks like, and your face is like in her hair, trying to get comfortable, trying to go to sleep because you're on a twin-sized bed.
Yes.
What else are you gonna do? And then comes the butt wiggle. They do this thing where they push their butt just a little bit harder into your penis, and then wiggle it back and forth, just ever so slightly, but enough to be like, she's not
doing
asleep. This isn't a twitch. This wasn't an
This is
accident.
intentional.
And then you have to decipher as a dude, do I ask her about it? Do we just go with it? Do I ignore it and play the fucking idiot?
That's when you pull your arm out from under, turn around, go ass to ass, and just fall asleep.
No, you do the butt wiggle back.
Yes.
Ah, yes.
It's like butt scissoring.
Cause like, I'm on the spectrum in general, so I can't fucking read hints. I don't understand them if you're not gonna tell me or make
hey,
it.
are you wiggling your ass into my dick as like a move, or are you asleep?
Or are we just friends, bro?
And they're like, and you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Nighttime.
So that's the butt wiggle.
Yeah, the butt wiggle. Yeah, definitely a real thing. Seen it. It's a phenomenon. So thinking like I platonically sleep with my roommate every night, and there's more than enough room for us not to be butt wiggling on each other. Like it's nothing to me to offer my bed at this point.
But it's our bed.
Yes. So she comes back up. We hang out a little bit longer.
So she sees the bed before, like,
yeah.
just, okay.
Yeah. She comes up and sees the bed and is like, okay, I get this. All right, this makes sense. And my suite mate, who had the cupcakes, goes back to his room to like do some homework and go to bed. And we're just hanging out, and eventually we move to the bed. And there's another phenomenon in people that don't want to be direct about, yo, I'm trying to smash. Where have you ever had the impromptu tickle fight?
No, because if you tickle me, I'll kick your fucking ass.
Valid.
Do not fucking tickle me.
Not a good move to pull on Taffy.
I have legitimately punched a girl because she tickled me. Because I have Tourette's, okay?
Okay.
So sometimes I can't control what I do.
Right.
And she started tickling me. I was like, stop. And then I fucking flipped out and punched her in the fucking, like, I don't remember where I punched her. But then I was like, okay, this is over.
Please, I told you not to tickle me.
So don't ever fucking tickle me and don't ever fucking choke me.
Noted.
Because then it's game on and I will throw hands.
Right. Good to know. Audience.
I don't care what gender you subscribe to. I will kick your fucking ass.
It's PewDiePie.
What's up, guys?
So an impromptu tickle session comes out, and I'm like, okay, this is a move. This girl's like doing some stuff. Because
I can see where it becomes a move. Yeah.
Nobody is just like, let me tickle you. Let me tickle your belly. Let me tickle your belly. And like, it's like, okay, this is gonna happen. So we get on the bed and we start kind of like moving in that direction, and that's when my roommate comes in, and he's fucking drunk. Like he just came from a party, and he's like,
oh wait, so he wasn't the one that went with you?
No, that was my suite mate. Taylor.
Oh, okay.
My roommate Robert is the one that's in the one that I share a bed with.
Okay.
So he comes back and he's fucking like plastered, and he's like, who the fuck are you? And she's like, my name's Kayla. I'm from Cabot. And he's like, I'm from Cabot. Wow, cool. And they talk for a little bit, and he's like, I'm going to sleep, and then fucking zonks, like immediately conks out and is just asleep. And we're like laying there, we're like, I guess we're going to sleep, and kind of sleep like laying there, and then some stuff happens, and I finger blast this girl next to my sleeping roommate.
I've done way worse.
Yeah, the next day, I get back from class because we like stay up the way that you do when you're like young kids, being like, oh my god, we're doing stuff. You stay up till like 3 in the fucking morning, just like fooling around. And the next day, I text her and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm about to take a nap. If I don't respond, that's what's up. And she's like, I'm about to get out of biology in like 5 minutes. Wait for me. And I'm like, sick, cool, okay. And she comes back and we boink. And
I miss those good old college hookup days where you're like it kind of just randomly happens, but you don't end up doing anything. You're like, wait, I'm about to get out of class. Let's fucking get it on.
yeah, Yeah.
So much different than adulting and being like, hey,
Where it's
I'm
like,
about to get off work.
I'm about to get
Let's
off
just
work.
finish this.
Let me take a shower so my balls don't stink like they normally do when I get
Yeah.
off the clock. So she comes over, we have sex, and she tells me, hey, this is kind of a weird question, but I don't remember what your name is. What's your name? And I'm like, my name is Jessie. Hi. And she's like, I'm like, my name's Jessie.
Alexander Hamilton.
Kayla. And she's like, okay, yeah, I'm a piece of shit. So that happens, and then I come up to Fayetteville, and through a mutual friend, I meet the girl who's eventually going to be my girlfriend of 3 years, who lives in Fayetteville for 2 of those years, and get into a long-distance relationship within like 2 months on the third person that I've ever had sex with.
Okay, but that's not terrible for a long distance. Like 2 hours isn't
not
bad.
Yeah.
For college, it's a little bit of work, but like in general, it's not awful.
It's not like coast to coast.
Yeah.
It's not I have to take an airplane to see my honey.
It's
my-
not
my
driving
sweet
half a
friend.
day and that's the drive. It's I'm driving for a part of lunch.
Yeah. It's like I could, if I wanted to, drive up, see this person, drive back down, and be home. Like
In that day, and
Super
it's
easy.
not out of the fucking question.
Yeah, it still kind of sucked when, like, you know, your intention is, all right, I spent my entire freshman year getting hotter, just exponentially. Just puberty was pretty fucking late, and I'm fine as hell now.
The Jufro
I'm
didn't
ready-
pop in until college.
It really did. I mean, it did, but like I'll show you a picture of me in high school when this is over because it's fucking astonishing.
To the
change
listeners,
that
he has a
happens.
very sexy Jufro, and
Yeah.
it's super important.
Yeah, I got
to his lips.
long curly hair. It's brown. I'm a fucking 10 on 10. Like, the cutest nose you've ever seen. Believe me. But so I'm like, okay, I'm out of a relationship. I'm going to go to fucking demolish some puss at college. I'm going to fuck it. I'll like experiment. I'll do the college thing where you have sex with a lot of people. And then like 3 weeks later, or not 3 weeks, but like a couple months later, I'm like, hey, we aren't dating. You've never had sex. We've tried to have sex like 2 or 3 times, and I can't get it in because of the nerves and like just like, you know, some bodily differences here. I love you. Like on the ride home, and she's like, shit, I do too. Fuck, I don't know. And then like a couple weeks later, we're dating for like 3 years, and it's like the rest of my time in college.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so all of that body count that I've got is since 2018.
Oh my
October
God.
2018.
Wow.
Literally like 2 years ago. And most of it was like 2018 to 2019. Like,
Okay,
there was a good
that's-
period of time from the end of last year. I've had sex with 3 people this year.
I was gonna say that's about where I started with my, like whenever I first started having sex, like at the end of my first year, I was at like 15 or something like that. My average now is about 25 a year.
That's a lot of fucking people.
This year,
That's 1 every 2 weeks, basically.
so I did the math.
if you could pump it up to 26.
I did the math, and right now I think I'm averaging 20 people a year. So I've been having sex for 5 years in total. I've slept with 86 people, so it's just under 25 a year. But this year has not been great because we are currently in a worldwide pandemic. But I have still slept with 22 people this year alone.
You're a public health disaster.
No, I'm not, because I've not gotten shit.
You've been wearing a mask every single time.
No, I don't
Masked
even.
up reverse cowgirl.
I don't even wear a condom every single time, bro. And I am clean as hell. But so the summer before that, I lived at Beechwood, which for those who don't know anything about Fayetteville, Beechwood is generally considered the quintessential college apartment, like party complex, even though it's an absolute shit show and they're the worst buildings I've ever been in and seems super unsafe and very moldy. And
That's
not
where the
great.
college students party. If you're not snorting something next to a big fucking clump of black mold, are you really doing drugs?
No, but their pool is where everyone goes, and that's the hangout spot. So that summer,
Water's half white at this point.
Yeah.
And you think it's foam, like from like
It's just
from,
my
like,
cum.
river rafting. No, it's just cum. It's just too
but-
much cum.
no, I ended up that summer alone, the 3 months of that summer alone, I slept with 25 people.
That's a lot. Is your dick just like rawhide? Like
He's always ready to fucking go.
calloused.
I think I do have one actual callus on my penis.
God.
I don't know what it
Dear.
is, but it feels like it.
It's either a callus or that STD test missed some shit. Sick.
I just created a new STI, you know. They haven't discovered this one yet.
Dear God, that's so many people.
Yeah.
Okay,
It was pretty
Congrats.
I would kind of just wake up one day, go to the pool, and be like, who's ready? Who's bored, guys?
I'm here.
I drank about... Well, also, this is also the summer that I turned 21, because I turned 21 at the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm consistently drinking
That's
hard
a good time to turn.
every fucking day.
Yeah.
I think every 3 days I went through one of those large bottles of Malibu,
Word.
and that was all I drank. That and maybe some water a day. So I would just consistently be at the pool, just fucking in the sun.
Be in the
drunk.
pool, jaundiced from dehydration, just like, who wants me? I'm yellow.
Just fucking drunk off my ass, and that's when I have the most confidence. So I'd be
Yeah.
like, hey, what are you doing?
That's what you need is more confidence.
My house is over here. You want to, like,
You wanna
leave
do
for, like,
something?
20 minutes, and then we can come back and swim? And most girls would be like, yeah.
You know what? Fuck it.
I also wasn't banned at Tinder at the time, so that was super easy. And then C4 is a place that exists, so that's
Yeah.
also a very easy place for me to get laid. C4 is the local alternative club / gay club / everyone's welcome here, just don't be an ass club.
I've never actually stepped foot in C4 because from the time I was 21.
Right now it's not great, but
Yeah, it's not. The pandemic is not a time for bars. And I wish I had gone to more. I wish I had gone out more when I was like before.
the before times.
In the before times, yeah, when it was an option.
See, I've been
Now
going
it
to
feels
C4
insane.
since I was 18, so.
Word. Yeah,
Because it's
do
the
it.
only
bar that'll let in.
it's a
minors.
club, so
Yeah.
it's not a bar.
Gotcha.
So you can let in, like, them and Whiskey 101 are the only 18 and up, so Whiskey 101 is trash.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, whiskey seems like trash.
it is.
Not a fan of the vibes that place is putting off. I've never been there though. I've been to like.
It's nice if you want to go watch fights, but outside of that, there's nothing else.
It's like drinking there is like watching NASCAR. You're
It's just a
waiting
bunch
for
of
disaster to
it's just a
strike.
bunch of straight white men. What else are they gonna do?
Oh, that is a nightmare. Oh my fucking god.
Straight white countrymen.
Kings.
They're just
And
gonna
they're not
fucking fight.
They're not a yeehog riding the bull.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are too weak to.
Although
ride
the people
bull.
that ride the bull at Yeehog don't ever fucking know how to do it. I would make
Mm-hmm.
so much money if I were to start betting people like on amount of time and like difficulty level on riding the hog, because I am fucking good at riding mechanical bull. This has nothing to do with sex, but this is a major braggadocious moment for me. I always set a record at mechanical bulls if they're at like a county fair or something for the day at least.
I've never rode a mechanical bull.
I
in
am
my
so
life.
fucking good.
This is the spectrum. I'm virginal on bull riding, and we have the
Versus
expert.
you don't do it right. Because I wanted to do actual bull riding as a kid, but my parents would never let me.
Parents were like, "You'll fucking die."
And now I'm just too old to try to get into it, because it's just like, we're not gonna fucking teach you, bro. You're
Yeah.
21.
Yeah.
22. I'm 22. Oh.
You can do this. You can do this for fun. That's a fun one. Also, is when you change ages, and for a while you're just like, "I'm 21. Fuck, never mind."
Yeah.
23 felt like a fake age.
I know.
When
I'm
you
so
get
not
there,
ready for it.
It's like it's a year that's just. I feel like for everybody, it's a fucking wash. Cause like I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
At 23. I mean,
It's the year I'm gonna
it's
be
sex.
out of graduate. I'm gonna be out of college. I don't know what that fucking sentence was. I'm gonna be out of
Out of
college.
graduate.
I'm gonna be fucking.
I've
trying
been
to
living
figure-
at the Graduate, the hotel, for years.
They
and
don't
I'll finally
know.
get to escape. I sleep in the vents.
I'll be able to explore the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be trying to make a career out of it, but outside of that, like, I got nothing fucking going on.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
It's time to get on some smack.
Yeah.
Start injecting that
I'm
shit.
gonna start doing some fucking heroin, I guess, at 23. I got nothing else to do. I've already done all the psychedelics.
Word.
Which, speaking of which, sex on ketamine, amazing. It's one of the best sexual experiences I've ever had.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just, I think back on it.
In the business, we call it K-holing. Because there's a hole. There's always a hole.
That was such a bad joke.
Thank you.
Well,
Okay, yeah, well, that was a good chunk of time before
We've
we
had
got
a-
to that garbage.
That was a really good start from there. So I wanna open it up to you a little bit. Is there anything you're kind of curious about me? You want to ask me? You want to know?
Yeah,
or
so-
any other topics you want to try to like jump into?
I mean, there's
I am an
there's
enigma,
a
so
lot
I
of things
understand.
there's a lot of things to bring up just from that chunk of conversation. One thing that's always interested me with the dick bearing populace is the condom question, because there's a lot of guys, yourself included, that fucking hate condoms.
And there are also a lot of girls.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That's
just
true. There's a lot of people that I've had sex with where they've been
just
like,
don't care.
yo, it's better raw. And like I'll
It is.
admit to an extent, like there's a difference. But I think it's an overplayed difference where like
I beg to differ.
so that brings me to another question. Did you get circed as a kid? Are you
Circumcised?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So that was what I always thought it was, is that like because I'm also untact. Both in my behavior, I'm untactful.
Wait,
and-
so you're uncircumcised?
No, I am circumcised.
Oh, okay.
When you're not circumcised, when you're uncircumcised, a lot of times people call that an intact penis because it's intact. So I was making a pun on that.
Oh.
Yeah, I got the circ. I've been to the circus. But like, I always thought that's what it was. Is that like, oh, my dick's just so fucking dead that like I don't feel anything anyway. So
I
like,
would definitely
There's a
put a
difference.
little bit of that into it,
Right.
the circumcision part, but that's not the biggest thing. For me,
it still feels good. Is my thing.
yeah,
it
like
feels
the
better.
sex still feels good with a condom on, but to me, it's a lot more of a mental thing. I feel a lot closer to the individual, even if it's just a hookup, which is always better for me.
Yeah, the
Two,
physical
it
intimacy.
it
aspect.
does, like, it's a legitimately different feeling. Like, it feels better, no matter what. And even if it's only a minimal distance to some, like, it's enough to me that I prefer it significantly.
Right.
Two, I'm fully aware of how my body works,
Mhm.
so I don't have to worry so much about worrying about busting a nut
Yeah.
and not realizing I'm going to do
Mhm.
it. Like, I never have a problem pulling out.
Mhm.
Also, from the research I've done, and I could be wrong on this, but like I've actually put effort looking into like actual medical related like texts and documents and whatnot, and click the external links on Wikipedia like a good college student.
I've been diving in the academic journals.
Yeah. Pre-cum, as long as you go pee sometime before having sex, pre-cum does not contain enough sperm to get someone pregnant on average.
So unless you're just hella potent, you should be
Two,
safe.
most girls I sleep with have a IUD
Yeah.
in the first place.
Oh yeah, if somebody's on birth control, like it's like, come on.
And two, or not two, three, if they tell me they want to wear it, I'll wear it wholeheartedly. But like, because I'm not gonna say no to wearing it. I want to have sex first and foremost.
Right.
It's just I'm not gonna put on the condom if I don't have to. Because the other biggest thing with it is my penis is thicker than average, which is a great fucking thing. It makes my life so much easier. It
Except when
sounds
you're
like
trying to go through doorways.
yes, it's too big. No,
The audience can't see it. I can, because it's just like it's like you've got a 55-gallon drum of oil in your jeans right now.
sometimes it's really fucking hard to walk, man. I wake up in the morning and it's
It
just like
drags behind
it's
you.
just
Like, you know when a baby shits a lot in a diaper, like a cartoon
No.
baby, and there's like a load of
yes.
shit dragging
Okay, yeah.
behind them? It's like that.
no, but so like my penis is thicker than average, and like, so I can't wear Trojans because they legitimately cut off the circulation to a sense. Like it gets legitimately painful to have them on, so I have to wear Magnums. Or like a larger size condom, and I know there are people that are out there being like, but you can put a condom over your entire hand, or you can stretch it over your head.
Not effectively.
Yes,
Not to
I was like,
contain
yeah, I'm like,
stuff.
yes, you can do that, but that's not how a condom's supposed to be used.
you can
Like
put
you
a
don't blow
fucking-
a condom up as a balloon and then try to hold cum with it.
You can put a Ziploc bag over it and then zip tie the end. That doesn't mean it's going to be as effective as a well-fitted condom.
Yeah, so like, I have to wear a larger one. Plus, some girls just have a latex thing.
Yeah, there's people with latex
And
ties.
I don't. buy non-latex condoms, so that's up to them to have.
Right.
In my, like, I know that's kind of shitty, but, like, I have my specific brand. I always have at least one with me.
Mm-hmm.
If that doesn't work, then we'll have to figure something else
Right.
out. But also, back to it, a lot of girls just don't care in general.
Mm-hmm.
And there are also a lot of girls that do care. So, like, I always ask, first and foremost, because, like...
You always got that thing on you, but you're not going to pull it out unless it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah. I am... So, you said, like... There's... This also gets into another topic that I'm really interested in diving into, but it's sexual anxieties. I have many. I'm a very anxious person.
I am
in general.
afraid.
There's a thing I'm legitimately afraid about. We'll get to it. But for me, like, it's not an anxiety thing of like, am I gonna bust? Oh fuck! Am I gonna come? It's like, I don't want to have to be monitoring where I'm at on the pleasure scale. Like, I don't want to be thinking in the back of my head, like, all right, this is dope, but I need to make sure I don't bust a nut. If I have a condom on, I'm just like, all right, yeah, I'm free of
for sure.
of that consideration. There's no part of my brain that's thinking that, because I'm just thinking like, all right, now I can go. That being said, like, if, like, it depends on the person, it depends on the situation, and raw dogging's cool. Like, there's no way to...
Raw dogging is cool. Kids, stop smoking.
You heard it here. It's dope. But yeah.
Also, if you're a kid, please don't be listening to my podcast.
Fucking turn the podcast off, dude. Go listen to Wow Wow Wubsy's podcast. So that brings me into another topic I wanted to get onto, which is sexual anxieties. I have a probably like unnecessary level of fear about when someone's riding dick, because most people, when they're riding dick, in my experience, are doing the classic pogo stick up and down, and not there's another technique.
The grinding is the best technique
for sure. You kind of like the wiener kind of goes back towards the tum.
It's a girl doing what a dude does during missionary correctly.
Yes. Where, like, when someone's bouncing on you, it's like, this is still, like, this rocks.
It feels cool, but it kind of hurts after a little bit, especially if they're going hard.
Have you ever seen videos of somebody coming off of the dick coming out, and then coming down on the dick?
No, I've had that happen. I don't have to watch a video.
So I've never had it happen to me, and I'm fucking terrified, because I watched a video of someone getting their dick broke.
Okay, so my dick didn't break. It hit, and, like, it kind of, like... my dick just, like, fell back and, like, on me, but she, like, sat on it really fucking hard and, like, squished it, and that kind of fucking hurt.
Yeah.
But, like, she didn't hit my balls, so I was good.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, no matter what happens, if somebody's going up and down while they're, like, on top of me, I'm just worried about it. And I'm very much, like, my hands are on the hips, and I'm like, okay, I'm keeping an eye.
So my thing is, like... I don't worry about when girls are riding me in the first place, because, like, I don't personally enjoy it all that much, but I know some girls really love being on top, mm-hmm. So, like, I incorporate it into it.
There is something about like the like vagina wielder on top move where, like, missionary feels like cool, like, it's good.
Missionary is honestly one of my favorite positions.
Yeah, like, it's
if I'm trying to bust it out quickly, I know exactly what to do.
There's a lot of hate in the like kinky people, horny community for missionary. Like, you'll often see tweets and shit where people are like, if you only have missionary, try another position. And it's like, yeah, you shouldn't only be having missionary, but, like, you shouldn't only be doing fucking blood knife play, like, fucking putting a leash on somebody's shit. Always. Like, you have to have variety in all things. It's the spice of life. It's the fucking nutmeg of sex. Whatever that means. But
yeah, so what were you saying?
Like, missionary, dope. Doggy style feels the best in my experience.
It's my favorite because I can do it to where you can make a girl queef, and it's just so funny.
Man,
I love because so many
farts,
girls are so self-conscious about it that I love when I pull out and I'm like, that's fucking funny. Really and then they're like really upset, and I'm like, no. I think that's fucking cool.
My pussy is ignorant. It'd be shitting and farting.
I knew a girl who could queef on command.
That's
and fart on command. And
you're not married to her. Why? Like,
well,
did
and
you
I
have her
didn't.
number?
And it wasn't like, it was a slightly sexual thing, but it wasn't an entirely sexual thing. I thought she was the hottest fucking girl that year in my dorm. She was just, it was just the fact that she could do it. I was like, cool, that's great. That's me clapping, not fapping.
I want to start. Yeah, we're both naked, by the way.
For once, no. I usually am though during my podcast.
Thank you for clothing up for me. I feel very special. Like I don't want her number to have sex with her. I want to start a business. I want to do a traveling like road show where I'm just like, and it's the mysterious woman who can fart and queef whenever she wants, and have her do a fucking Beethoven sonata.
So there is a legitimate section of TikTok for this.
Are you serious?
Yes, there are girls that just I can fart and queef on command.
Girls on TikTok. It's a thing.
And I've stopped this fucking podcast. Do you ever see that interview with Eminem where the host mentions internet porn and Eminem is like, "Stop. What do you mean internet porn? I've been buying magazines for years." It's like 2012 when this interview happens, and he's like, "There's porn on the internet," and the guy's like, "Yeah," and he takes a laptop.
It's like that episode of Family Guy when Quagmire's like, "Wait, what?"
I think that's what that's based on.
Yeah,
because that
makes sense.
When Eminem became a celebrity, like when you become a celebrity, you're so separated from real life that like, why would Eminem ever need fucking internet porn? He's got more money than God, and he can have sex with people. Like, this dude doesn't... he's been fucking mail ordering DVDs from the 90s until, like, the fucking, like, Obama administration. And some dude was just like, internet porn exists. And he was like, what? Why did I ever have a laptop if I didn't know this was the thing?
I definitely have a folder specifically for porn.
That's insane to me.
My favorite ones.
I've never understood, like... keeping porn. I'm also not a big porn guy.
I'm one of those dudes that has like his specific videos, and I'm like, I know what mood I'm in. I'm gonna put on this one and just get done in 2 minutes.
King. So like, sorry to put you on blast, Dad.
Okay.
But
okay. I was like, I don't care.
Dad would download like not porn, but he would download like hot pictures of women, like photo shoots and fucking like boudoir and. Just like wet asses, and he would download them to the computer, and the file directory that they would go to was just the general pictures folder.
No.
So when her computer went to the slideshow and was displaying everything in the pictures folder, it would be like this beautiful shot of like our basset hound with the sunset behind her on like next to a tree, and then like a picture of me in my underwear, and then just like fucking big fat oily like titties in like a bikini, and it'd be like, Dad, yeah, there's a better way. I can show you how to hide this.
I'm 12, but I know more than you do.
Literally, like if you weren't just doing video poker and buying shit on eBay. Like, if you were going to learn file directories, like there's a way to hide this. So yeah, do you have any sexual anxieties?
At this point,
yeah,
no, I don't fucking care at this point.
Whatever happens.
It's like,
go with God.
Well, my thing is I'm here for a good time. I'm here to have fun.
Yeah.
To me, as long as we're having sex, it's consensual and we're doing what we're wanting to do. I don't give a fuck what happens.
Right.
As long as she doesn't shit on me. That's literally... And I'm not afraid of it. I'm just not fucking here for it, man.
I don't want to clean it up.
It's like the one... Like, a girl
I don't want the smell.
Like, I'm totally fine if a girl were to pee on me on accident. If she wanted to actually pee on me, we can talk about it first.
We can go to the shower.
Yes.
Like adults.
Or outside, like a weird adult. But I'm just not okay with shitting on.
That's fair. That's
or blood play, but that's because I'm afraid of blood. But like outside of that, like, no, I'm not really afraid of much. It's just like talking about it, because once I know a girl's into me and open to having sex, I don't fucking care. Game on. It's good. We're good to go. Back when I first started, I had a little bit of anxiety. Just because I wasn't sure, but now I'm at the point where like I know what I'm doing. I know I'm good at what I'm doing. I know I'm a good-looking man. I know I have a good-looking penis. I know I'm STI free. I know that I've had enough experience to fucking boggle these chicks' minds, and I know I'm gonna teach them something today.
Right.
So like, what do I have to worry about?
Yeah.
Fucking nothing.
My worry
until that bitch looks up at or looks down at you while she's riding you and is like, I want you to close fist hit me. And then you look up at her and you're like, no.
Can we talk about this?
No, I will not talk about that. That is the one thing I will not do. I will slap a girl as fucking hard as she wants because I know a lot of girls are into that and are cool with it. But I will never close fist hit a woman in a sexual sense because
You'll do it if she tickles you.
yes. Or if they actually try to fight me. I don't give a shit what gender you are. You try to lay hands on me, it's fucking game on.
Okay.
But in a sexual sense, I don't fucking care. Because the second that chick doesn't like me anymore, there is no refutable way for me to be like, this was
didn't punch her.
consensual.
Yeah.
There's no way for me to be like, I didn't punch her. Because, like, I'm not gonna be
you
like,
did. You did
I'm not gonna
punch her.
lightly tap her or something. If she's like, she wants to be punched. She wants to be fucking like, BAM!
Yeah, no, Muhammad Ali's coming out. Like,
Yeah. Like, so, like, I'm
George
gonna...
Foreman's about to knock your ass.
Like,
down.
if I was gonna do it in a consensual way, I'm definitely gonna do it. But then, that bruise is
it's
gonna...
a bad look.
That bruise is gonna be there for like a month or two, and if that month or two, there's a good chance that the girl somehow ends up hating me because people are crazy. And then all it takes is
that's why people hate you. It's because they're crazy.
a lot of them are.
Fair.
But like it takes one phone call to be like, hey, this dude fucking hit me. Here's the proof, and I'm just like, we were having sex, and that's
And they're
not a
gonna
good
be
enough
like,
answer.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be like, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Okay,
She
it was
fell
the
down the stairs
door.
too, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But outside of that, no, because like I'm a kinky fucker. I like having sex outside. I like being watched while having sex. I like watching people having sex.
Okay.
I like trying most new things. I love butt stuff on myself and others.
I've heard the drumstick story.
Yeah. I'm pretty exploratory when it comes to shit, and I'm super open about it. So like that stuff's never bothered me. Also, I'm pretty well versed in like how a female body should work and how a male body should work. So if something's off, I know. Like I generally know, and I try to do my best to like help that person.
Right.
Because like there have been a couple of situations where, one girl I was seeing, we never ended up having sex because. Long story, I was gonna date her, but I did acid, and I just realized she wasn't the girl for me. Thank you, acid. That was an ass.
Her
move.
face morphed into a demon's face, and you were like, that's
No. I just couldn't stop thinking about another girl and my ex-girlfriend, so I was like, this is not the right girl to date right now.
Right.
But so she, I don't remember the exact term because she didn't exactly have her hymen still intact, but it was her hymen. In the broad, like, so basically it was a thick bridge of skin that connected the vaginal canal, like thick enough that it couldn't be broken with your penis. And I only figured it out because I was fingering her, and I like managed to get both fingers around it and like wrapped around, and I was like, that's not supposed to be there.
This is new.
So she went to the doctor and had surgery on it and got it removed because it was we couldn't have penetrative sex. We thought it was vaginismus or something because she's also heavily bisexual, leaning towards women more likely or more so. So like it was never a problem. But I'm also just like, how did none of these women notice that
like,
your
see that and
vagina
just be
was
like,
off?
Hey, you got
so
some
like-
skin?
Well, so like you couldn't see it from the outside because I looked at her vagina and it was completely fine. She also liked to have sex in the dark, so that was a little bit harder. It's just far enough on the inside
That's
that
a weird one for me.
yeah, it's also just far enough on the inside that you couldn't see it. You had to feel it.
I like to have like not like an overhead on because that's fucking psychotic, but like some mood lighting.
Yeah.
Like
I like to
mean,
see
you
who
can
I'm
see.
fucking.
You can literally see the horrific fucking like Nicholas Winding Refn like Drive Only God Forgives Neon Demon fucking blue and red lighting pattern I have in my bedroom. Like it is, it's pornographic.
It's not bad.
But like. I just in the dark, like just completely.
I like to see who I'm sleeping
Yeah.
with, but I also know some girls don't want that, and that's fine. It just makes it harder for me because then I have to figure out where the fuck she's at.
Yeah, And like you can't tell like.
And then you
are
can't get
we-
mad at me if I accidentally poke the wrong hole, because I can't fucking see. I'm not doing it on purpose, but don't fucking yell at me for accidentally touching your butthole.
And then there's
sorry.
the edge of the bed or the headboard or the wall or something. Like there's just a lot of so this gets
Especially when they have animals in the house.
all of my sexual anxieties are related to physical injury.
That's fair.
Or
That's
like you
totally
said,
fair.
animals. And I don't know where to stand on the animal topic because it's kind of fucked up when somebody like cages a dog. Like I had sex with this one girl and she had a really big pit bull and he was awesome. He fucking rocked. And she had a big cage for him for whenever she left the house, so he wanted to
Yeah.
left the house. But like when it's like, all right, we're gonna smash, and like she's like pushing the dog towards the kennel and putting him in, and he's like whining.
Still
I'm like,
in the
this
room?
Isn't different room. living
Okay,
room.
see, that's fine to me. Because, I feel
When
a
I'm just
little
watching
bit...
him go in, I'm like, you're a prisoner. No, this isn't. I'm not gonna be worth this.
Well, see, my thing with that is I get it for both parties' safety, like the
Yeah.
girl, you,
Oh,
and
yeah,
the dogs.
No. If the fucking dog heard like somebody being like in fucking like,
Also, I
the-
don't want a
the
dog
throes.
licking my asshole while I'm
Yeah.
a missionary, because I've almost had that happen, and that scared the fuck out of me.
I hate, so I will close my door anytime I'm having sex because I have a cat, and like I
Cat's the
know
worst.
I know that a cat is not going to see my ball bag and be like, hey, I'm gonna fucking speed bag this thing. But I'm just not gonna leave it open to that chance.
Yeah.
So on the topic of locking dogs in places, another funny story that happened in this very apartment is I was hooking up with the last person I had sex with, and she was from out of town. She had come up to camp with a friend, and she had brought her dog. And her dog is like adorable and super nice. But the entire day before we had sex, her dog had not peed. And we were out there in the kind of grassy clearing outside of my apartment and hanging out with this dog for like 2.5 hours, just chatting,
Yeah.
shooting the shit, playing with this dog. And the dog would not piss. And we're like, all right, whatever. And we come inside, and the dog needs Kickflip, my cat, and they start like playing and hanging out, and they were getting along pretty well. And she's like, just to be sure that there isn't like an animal fight, I'm gonna put her in the bathroom. And I'm like, okay,
Cool.
it's probably fine. Go for it. So we start, and like we can hear the dog like walking around through the wall because my bathroom's close to my
Yeah.
bedroom. And then she's like whining, and we're like, this is funny, whatever. And then we hear the sound of her like slipping, and we're like, what the fuck? What is that? Okay, let's go check on her. So we get up butt naked and go and check on this dog, and she has covered the floor in piss. She's like burst with piss. Like she couldn't hold it any longer.
Oh my
and
God.
there is like an inch thick layer of piss that she's just been like moving around in, and we're like, oh my God, this is terrible. And she comes out and she tracks it all over the floor,
Oh my
and she's like, I'm so fucking sorry. And I'm like, dude, I don't care. This is fucking wood floors. We can clean it. It's fine. This is just funny. Like, I'm doubled over laughing because this dog has pissed like 4 gallons into my floor. And we clean it up and continue the act, but like, it's just fucking comical at that point because like a dog has dropped an ocean in my bathroom.
Yeah.
And it's like, she was next to the toilet. She could have the common courtesy to just piss in the toilet.
Yeah, because dogs know.
Yeah, they do. If you train them well. So that's my big sexual anxiety is just the riding dick, like getting broken thing. Falling off the bed. I'm very cognizant at all times of where the edges of the bed and where the wall are so that I'm not just bonking someone's head against the...
Oh, I've sent a girl's head through drywall before.
That's hilarious.
And
That's-
almost knocked one out on a cinder block.
A cinder
Wall.
block. Okay.
Like, 'cause I live in
okay.
a dorm.
Okay. I thought you meant just like outside. And you just end up like going towards a cinder block and just like... And she's just concussed.
No. I just threw her in my dorm and she went too far.
It happens. It happens. Yeah, so it's all just related to like, is my dick gonna get broken by falling out of the bed and going to the wrong side, or having someone come down on it and just fucking snap it back in half, like Sex Sent Me to the ER. Which honestly, it's because I watched a lot of Sex Sent Me to the ER, and that gives you anxiety.
Yeah, that's fair. You fucked yourself over on that one.
Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, that's the big one. The condoms, the sexual anxiety. This is a fun anecdote. In your experience, in your copious experience having sex, I'm assuming you've been squirted upon before.
Several times.
Yeah, what temperature is it?
Fuck. I've never thought about it.
Warm, right?
It's not
Usually?
like it's not like necessarily warm, and then it like cools down really quickly, so you feel the
Yes.
bed and it's cold.
Yes, but
It's like
when it's coming
I
out
would
of the
say
body,
it's like a little bit above body temperature, maybe, so it feels cold on your skin, but it's actually warm. I guess I don't know.
I swear to God, this one girl's squirt was like ice cold. Not the girl from the like
Yeah.
wedding, but another girl. She squirted and it was fucking cold.
Well, so
and it was
squirt,
the first time somebody ever squirted, and I was like, oh, okay. I was not expecting that.
like how I thought vaginas weren't gonna be fucking ovens.
Yeah, they weren't going to be fucking broilers.
But so I'm not wrong on that statement, though, right?
Mhm.
Like they are a lot warmer than you think they would be.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's fuck. They radiate heat.
Yes.
Like it's like a salamander in the kitchen. Like it's wild.
But no, like, because also squirt is literally just piss without the piss. It, I
It's
don't.
like, it's like 95% urine.
Yeah,
I
it
remember
just-
reading somewhere.
It's like it's one of those things where it's like not gonna fuck you up if you get it in your mouth,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
mean,
But
Bear-
it is piss.
Bear Grylls, man, you can drink piss.
Bear Grylls is a squirt king.
he's just got a piss kink and a shit kink. Like he's just hiding it really well. He's just like
He's got. I'm gonna make a TV series about this.
I'm into bestiality, fucking shitting in my mouth. I don't know what Bear Grylls' voice sounds like. I assume that was kind of Batman-y. I don't know. I assume if
I'm
you're
not
a
gonna
fucking
put it against Batman
survivalist-
either. He has the money to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, you know Batman. You know Batman gets pissed on. You know Bruce Wayne is like, mommy, piss on me, please. Step on me.
God.
Come on. Yeah, that one girl had cold squirt, and that was weird. But I mean, like, it's fine. It's cool. Yeah. Other topics on hand. So you're a straight, right?
You're a straight?
You're a straight cis.
I'm a extremely queer straight. Yeah.
Elaborate on that.
Yeah, so I figured. And then I think we'll probably cut it off
Totally,
after this
totally.
one because we are at a very solid time and
Nice.
I want to get to the other podcast.
Hell yeah. Keep your eyes peeled on this feed. There's another one coming, which is no relation to this, and I will be a different person on that because I might talk about what my job is.
Yes. So sexually, I am like super straight. Like I'm not gonna go chase after a dude because I want to sleep with him.
Right.
But I do think dudes are cute.
Mhm.
I can appreciate a nice penis. I can appreciate a nice looking naked man.
Right.
I've made out with dudes. I've been naked around other dudes. I've never touched another penis because it doesn't interest me.
Right.
I've never had another dude touch mine. Yeah, no, I haven't. I had to think for that in a second.
Hang on,
I am a
hang
theater
on.
kid, so you never know at parties.
Yeah.
Um,
And in just the dressing room in general, like y'all go fucking wild.
yeah, we do. But like, I'm only sexually attracted to women, but I am also like I've come to terms with it that if I'm like in a large group orgy situation, if shit happens, shit happens. Like I'm not gonna be mad about it. But like,
It's not something you actively seek out.
yeah, like if I was to have sex like a guy girl threesome, I'm not gonna sleep with the guy. Like we're both gonna be fucking the girl
Right.
and whatnot. Unless the girl was just like an unnatural level of like I really want to do this, I'll make some sacrifices.
Like,
But
this is it's really hot for you two to like make out and like touch.
it'd have to be one of those like
penis scissors.
like it'd have to be like Aubrey Plaza was like, yeah, I'll fuck you, but you gotta let him put it in your butt, and I'd be like, dude, this is Aubrey fucking Plaza. I need you to put it in my fucking butt.
This
dude.
isn't this is like I've had a drumstick up there and like that hurt. This
Okay,
can't
but that's
be
because I
worse.
did it incorrectly. Now I know how to do anal correctly, and it doesn't hurt. It just feels a little weird.
Right.
Because I'm not super used to it yet.
Mhm.
But, otherwise, like, queer to me is who I am and how I act. Like, I don't, like, right now I'm dressed probably the straightest I've dressed in a good 2 or 3 years.
Right.
I feel very frat boy normal, and I
Right.
don't like it.
When you're somebody who can be led around on a leash in a golden speedo in public,
You
that's,
can't call him cis.
that's something where, you know, it's
For those who are unaware, I have done that a few times, several times, maybe more.
you know, that's something where the normies are gonna be like, that's fucking weird. That person.
Most
like,
people are like, dude, that's fucking gay. What are you, a faggot? And I'm like,
Mhm.
no, I just don't care about what I wear. Like, I'm
y'all
literally
are looking.
yeah. Like, I'm literally, you're the one commenting on it, bro. But I'm literally buying a skirt for myself pretty soon with
yeah.
a nice crop top. It's from this really nice Kawaii website that I discovered, and I'm gonna be spending so much on it for me and my girlfriend. It's gonna be a lot of money, but they're so cute, dude. They're so fucking cute, and I know I'm gonna look hot in a skirt.
Yeah, dude's gonna look good in skirts.
I'm trying to bring back the crop top because that's easy.
I fuck with that really hard. If I
Men in
had,
skirts has never really been a thing. Kilts don't count.
Other than Scotland.
Those aren't skirts. Those
Yeah,
are
those are
traditional
shirts.
wear. But
yeah, the
crop
male
tops.
crop top, dude, that really needs to come back.
why would you not want to just show off your abs at all fucking times?
Yeah,
Plus, I also have tattoos that are specifically where they are for certain crop tops.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. If I had a better kind of like psychological relationship with my body and showing it off,
the only way to fix that is to just fucking do it.
you're right. I do have like a crop top in there. So I have this shirt from a ska metal band called Mephistopheles that I saw
God damn
opening
it.
for Streetlight Manifesto in Dallas, and they went fucking hard. And I bought a shirt, and I was like, I'm never gonna wear this. This is a baggy kind of shitty like fucking black.
What size
like,
shirt are you?
I'm like a medium.
Dude, if you want to go, we can go get drinks one night, and I'll let you wear one of my crop tops, so we can just go get lit.
I took that Mephistopheles shirt and I cropped it into a crop top with like it's like rib level for most of it, but it's got like a picture of Baphomet on it.
Yeah.
And I like kept that where it like kind of V's down to the belly button. And personally, I think I look fucking fire in it, but
That's all that
yeah.
matters. No one
it's
else
also
matters.
too cold to do crop tops now.
For you.
It's a summer look.
For you.
You're right. I love winter fashion though for bundling up. Like I'm a layers.
But
I'm a
also,
lover of layers.
me too, but I can also comfortably wear fucking nothing in 30-degree weather, no problem.
Bold. I respect it. I would be chilly.
Yeah.
I would just be like, this is not necessary. I'm gonna put on a jacket. Yeah. Okay. So, sexuality wise, I would say I'm bisexual, I guess, or like
I guess.
pan. I don't know. Like
you're open to it, but you've not really experimented at all to know.
I've been blown by a dude, and there was a guy who saw me on Tinder and was like hopped into my Instagram DMs and was like, yo, you're really cute. I live in fucking a town in Oklahoma right next to Fort Smith. Like, if you're ever in the area, let me know. And I was going to like hook up with this dude until like on my way down to Conway, like pretty soon after my breakup, because I was like, fuck it, now's the time. And like he was like, hi, he was a fucking the most bottom I've ever seen in my fucking life. Like it was like stereotypical. It was insulting, but dude was hot. And then when I was like nearing the place, I was like, all right, so what's the plan? Like, what are we gonna do? And he was like, I thought my parents were gonna be home or be gone. I live with my parents.
Oh no.
You want to go halvesies on a hotel room? And I was like, I'm not paying for a fucking hotel room to have sex with anyone. I'm broke as hell. No. So
See, I do that now, but back then I definitely would not have.
Yeah, no. If I was balling at the time, but it was like I was working like fucking 2 shifts a week at Hammond Trees and getting just enough to pay my rent. Like it was very much a starving artist time. So I've not been with a cis dude. I've been with a trans man. And like I'm very much like open to that world, but like I have way higher standards for men than I do for women.
As you should, because dudes are shit.
Yeah, most cis dudes are.
Shout out to all the shit men in the world. Fuck you. Y'all make it so much harder for everybody else.
Yeah, stop doing all that if you could, please. But yeah, so I haven't been with a cis gentleman, but I'm not against it. It's just that like if you look at the dudes on fucking dating apps around here, it's bleak.
It's bad.
It's bleak.
It's bad. Because I'll go on Tinder back when I wasn't banned every once in a while.
What got you banned from Tinder?
Let me finish this first.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
So I used to go on just every once in a while because I like to swipe. I never swipe right on them unless I just look for the people that I know, because every once in a while I'll find a dude that's like, I never would have thought you were gay.
Right.
I know you. Swipe. Let's swipe right. Okay.
Let's have this conversation.
Yeah, but like otherwise I just like to see it, and there are some fucking ugly fuckers out there.
Yeah.
And some just like unnecessarily douchey looking dudes. Like, it's bad. I'm like,
And then there's all the dudes with the fish and the pics. And
I'm like, oh my god. But so, as to why I'm banned on Tinder. So, this will be the last story.
Okay.
Just because it's a pretty solid note to end on. It's not even that like
As
mind blowing.
As prep, I also was banned from Tinder for a time, and I use a Google Voice number to get around it.
I want to do that, but I think I'm fully like IP or MAC address, whatever, on my phone banned. But I'm probably gonna try to do Google Voice.
But I'll tell my story after your story, because it's gonna be much less extreme, I'm sure.
So mine, I'm like hella banned. Like, I can't even make a new account with my face on it, or else I'll get banned, as far as I'm aware.
Jesus.
I'm gonna try it again because I miss Tinder so much.
Right.
Because I've been banned 3 times in total. The first time, I fully understand why I got banned. It makes complete sense, and it's because I just had a blatant nude on my Tinder.
That'll do it.
I didn't fucking care. I was like, I was 18,
Here's what I
maybe not
got.
even 19. I was like, here's what I got, come get it. And like, but I was also super honest. I'm just here to fuck. Like, let's do it if you want to.
Right.
So I got banned for that, and then the second time I got banned because like it'd been a while, and like this was just when I started doing photography, and I was on there. I was like, hey, I'm a photographer. Feel free to hit me up for like, I'm available for hire. Let's do some photo shoots, and that's soliciting, and that's against the
policy.
rules. So they got me banned for that.
Okay.
And then the next time I made a Tinder, I was following all the rules. All my pictures were like appropriate, quote unquote. Like, I put some, like risque things, but it wasn't me nude. I'm just a very open person.
Yeah.
And then my profile is just very blatantly, hey, I'm looking for a good time, not a long time, here to sleep around. If you're not interested in that, don't swipe. Here's my Snapchat and whatnot.
Yeah.
And apparently people don't read fucking comments or
Like
bios or
bios.
anything at all,
100%
ever.
They do not.
I hate it. And so like, I'll match with somebody. I'm like, hey, so like, what are you here for? And they're like, oh, I'm just like looking for friends, or like here to like meet new people or whatnot. And I'm like, okay, I'm here to like, did you read my bio?
Yeah.
Like, I'm here to fuck. And they'd be like, oh no, and then they'd report me. So I think I just got enough
Nice.
reports that they fucking did a thing about it. And I'm like, don't, it's in my bio. Also, get the fuck off Tinder if you're just looking for friends. That's not the right app.
Right. Bumble has a Bumble Friends.
But Bumble also sucks
Bumble
complete ass.
Bumble do suck.
Um,
Yeah, Bumble, it's weird. Bumble's weird because a lot of people are like, Bumble is the feminist dating app because it has women message first.
Yes.
But Bumble, unlike Tinder, lets you send pictures, so the woman sends a message first, and the guy can just be like, here's my fucking hog, baby, let's go.
I didn't know that. But here's my thing, and this isn't me being unfeminist. This isn't me being mean to women or hating on women.
You guys will be the judge of that.
Yeah, be the judge, but fuck you, because I don't care, honestly. But when it comes to Bumble,
Know that my fingers are steepled, and I'm waiting for tapping.
He very much is. When it comes to Bumble, women fucking suck at answering first.
They do.
I don't care what the fuck you think. They fucking suck.
Yeah.
To an unnecessary extent. Because every single time, there have been maybe 5 times in my 4 years of using Bumble that I have had not this exact situation happen. I will match with somebody, and they will either just not message me in the first place, and I'm just like, why? Why'd you match with me? Or 2,
why not take a shot?
yeah. 2, they'll match with me, and they just text, hey, and nothing else. Let me ask you. I'm getting real close. Do the thing. Where the fuck do I go from there? I have nothing to go from on there. I'm just like...
You want where I go from it? You want my piece of advice? This is my Tinder, this is my go-to Tinder question.
Well, Tinder's different. I put hella effort into
And
Tinder.
Bumble. Every dating app, this is my question I always ask, because I think it's fascinating. What's your favorite kind of soup?
Solid.
Because you get, like, interesting answers every time. Actually, you don't get interesting answers every time. You get
Most
chicken
people are
noodle,
boring as
broccoli cheddar.
hell.
I'm always fucking talking about gumbo. I
Yeah.
love gumbo. It's really good.
So, like, my other thing, like, my general response from the hey is, like, how are you? Because I'm trying, because they...
And then they're like, this guy's boring.
Yeah, I'm like, it's your job to start the end thing. Like, start it.
Literally, this app makes it your job to be like...
That's the whole point of this app, is for you to make it interesting first, not me. Or I'll just be like, so what are you on Tinder, or what are you on Bumble for? Because I'm just looking to sleep around, because I'm just going to get straight to the point if you're just going to be like, hey. It's like, I don't know what the fuck to say to that.
I'm not going to have a 20-message conversation when you start it with, yo.
Like, on Tinder, I would normally be like, what's the wildest thing you've done? Because like, most people are boring as hell, but two, sometimes you get some real fucking wild shit.
Yeah, there's some fucking wild people out there.
Or, I have some go-to... Most of my pickup lines are really fucking raunchy. Like, my favorite pickup line of all time... did you tell your Bumble story?
No, so
Tell yours first. I'm gonna tell this, and we're gonna end it with this.
Got you. I don't know if I'm still banned from Tinder, because I know they have, like, temporary bans and permanent bans. But the only thing I can think of that got me banned from Tinder, the one time I've been banned from Tinder, is I matched with this girl down in Conway who is a criminal justice major. And I don't like cops. I hate cops.
I never would have guessed that.
I got shot in the dick in Bentonville by a cop with a rubber bullet at the fucking June 1st.
They weren't supposed to have them.
Yeah, they said they didn't. It was really fun. So this girl is a criminal justice major, and we were talking a little bit, and I'm like, hey, have you seen The Thin Blue Line? Errol Morris's documentary on the, how eyewitness testimony is not reliable because people, like, everybody sees different shit in different parts of the thing, and these stories will always, like, not necessarily corroborate with each other, and humans are unreliable in their memory.
Yeah.
It's a really good documentary, and I think it's something that people going into law enforcement should probably watch, because it's a fucking bout law enforcement.
Yeah.
So I asked her if you've seen The Thin Blue Line, and she's like, no, I haven't, what's that about? And I'm like, all the shit I just said, it's really good for law enforcement to watch, because it can show how, like, the way that our systems are set up might not necessarily be the best way. And 5 minutes later, I try to open up Tinder, and it's like, log in. And I log in, and it's like, you've been banned from Tinder. So I think she reported me, and I got banned.
But I don't think, one, that doesn't make sense, because a single report shouldn't get you banned unless you're, like, being, like, racist or, like, rude or awful. If
I
you're
don't
just
know
like,
what she reported, though. Like, she could report anything.
Yeah, but I think they're supposed to review it.
Right.
Someone they're supposed to review it under
Someone
an
was just like,
algorithm or
I
something.
fucking love cops so much. My dad's a cop. Fuck this.
I'm a fucking cop.
I hate Errol Morris. He's a hack. He's a shitty filmmaker. I don't like him.
And they're like, fucking ban.
Yeah, and then I immediately just made a fucking Google Voice number and got back on there.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those because, like, I need my Tinder back. I did it where I put it on my computer for a little while. My thing is, I just need to take new
Browser
pictures.
Tinder is wild.
Yeah, it's fun.
I had a friend who had a dead phone for a while, and she would, like, use my computer to do, like, Tinder on browser, and it was so weird.
I need to just take new pictures of myself and put them on there so it's not the same ones, and come up with a new bio, and I should stay on there a little bit
If
longer.
only you were good at photography.
I know, but the only problem with it is my name is Taffy. It's kind of fucking hard to meet other people. Like, if his name was Dustin or John or something like
Hunter.
that, it'd be like...
Braxton.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, okay, this could be a new person. But no, I'm fucking Taffy.
Yeah.
So, like, that's pretty obvious. Plus, everybody knows me, so people could just be like, fuck him, report, he's back, bye.
You could always change your name to...
No,
I'm not
don't
gonna
say
say
it.
that. I'm not gonna
I was
say
about
it.
to get legitimately upset there, sir. Do not dead name me.
I know Taffy's dead name. I know Taffy's dead name.
It's not an uncommon thing for people to know. It's just,
Right.
out of respect, please don't dead name
yeah,
me.
no, for sure.
But to end off this podcast, my favorite, okay, I'm gonna go off my 3 favorite ones.
Okay.
My 3 favorite pickup lines, in order from least fucked up
I have no favorite pickup lines.
To most
because
fucked up.
I just be talking.
My favorite pickup line in the least fucked up category is, "Hey girl, are you a Minecraft fence? Because I can't get over you."
That's
I think it's great.
really funny.
In the middle ground, in the mid ground, "Hey girl,
That's a pickup line for people who have never and will never have sex.
I use it. It's gotten me laid a couple of
That's
times.
insane.
It's great." Now, the other two have also gotten me laid. So just to
Okay.
think that there are people out there that this works for.
I've been putting way too much effort into everything. In my
This is my all over favorite one, but it's in the
Yeah.
middle of the three.
Right.
It's, "Hey girl, if you were a fruit, you'd be a fine apple. But if you were a vegetable, I'd visit you in the hospital as often as I could." And it has worked so much. It is the best one I've ever had. I love it. I love it so much.
That's strong. That's strong.
And then the worst one I have in my repertoire that has gotten me laid somehow is, "Hey girl, are you at school? Because I want to shoot some kids inside of you." And that's where we're going to end our podcast, guys. This has been a great episode.
Yeah, I would like to plug my Instagram. It's at Young Lumpy, YUNGLUMPY. I had a period of time where every few days I was changing my Instagram name, and I landed on that one and couldn't think of a better one, and it's just been the one since then. I'd also like to plug Kayfabe, my 24-minute long short film about professional wrestling. It's not a documentary. There's a scene where a dude talks about getting face fucked with a hot dog in the middle of the ring. You can find that on Vimeo. Search KAYFABE or look up Second Floor Productions.
And I'll have this down in the description. If you are interested, please go check it out. He's a good friend of mine, and he does cool work sometimes.
Sometimes it's bad.
And then...
Don't look at anything else on that page that has my name on it. It's all very bad.
And then one last bit of advice. Go get tested. Go get your checkup.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. Do it once every 3 months at the minimum. You need to do it more than that if you're being a hoe like me. But if you're a normal person, once every 3 months is generally pretty fine. Also, this one might get out a little bit late for it, but go vote.
Even if it's after Election Day, keep voting.
Yeah, go send in those ballots. It's not gonna do anything, but at least you can say you did.
And if anyone's telling you not to vote third party, tell them to eat shit. It's your fucking choice. If you live in Arkansas, we're a fucking red state. It's not gonna... We haven't swung since Nixon was like, "I'm gonna fucking taxidermy Bobby Seale on live TV." That's an inside joke for history people. Google all those names. You'll have to.
And with that, we're gonna call it a day. Thank you guys for listening. See you on the next episode, whatever it may be.